Welcome to the Off-Brand Golf Show, coming to you live from the Off-Brand Studios in a clubhouse, in a desert, by a cactus. What is up? I am your show host, Walker Bestgood. Thank you for hitting play. I'm stoked to have you here. Our show is not about pro golf or pro golfers. Our show is not about playing better. This show, is like nothing you've ever heard. I promise you, this show is about amateur golf, but not the amateur golf you're thinking about. It's only about the amateur golf you play. So weekend warriors, skins game sharks, once a month hackers, range rats, muni grinders, brand new players, club champions, net champions, country club hustlers, all of you are real amateurs, and this is what we talk about, the people you see at your course every single day. You're all welcome here. You're going to hear some outrageous stories, and we're going to get into some strange discussions. You won't hear anything else like this because no one does a show like this. It's golf, but it's completely off-brand golf. I'm feeling good tonight. I'm feeling very, very good. The workday's over. I'm locked in my dark and sexy and suave and delicious, beautiful. Did I mention it was sexy? Delicious, curvaceous. It's actually not very curvaceous in here, but you get the point. My beautiful studio. Looking out over the desert, thinking about where I've been over the last few years of my life. I'm loving life right now. This is great. On tap, we would normally have golf in the news. We would normally have me jibber-jabbering for hours on end. But we're going to forego all of that. That's because I've got a very, very, very special guest who I love very much. I'm excited to talk to him. I haven't seen him in quite a while. We've been in the same city a few times, haven't been able to link up, but this time we've got him. I'll get into who that is in a moment or two. Right now, I want to give you a quick little show plug. Right now, we're in the middle of something I'm calling the Drive to 1,000. We are calling the Drive to 1,000. Essentially, it's this. We're in our effort to collect 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. 1,000 subscribers is the threshold that's set by YouTube in order for them to consider monetizing our content there. If you guys aren't familiar with what a process like this takes, it definitely takes money. And, I'd just like to break even on this adventure. But in order to do the off-brand golf reviews that we're pumping out for you, in order to purchase all of this content, build this studio, it all takes cash. So we'd like to start getting more of that back into it. So there's a couple of ways you can do that. One of those ways is to monetize your content on YouTube. So we're trying to get to that 1,000 subscriber threshold as soon as possible. Here's how you can do it. If you're listening anywhere else but YouTube, pop open your phone, grab a browser on your PC, wherever it is that's convenient for you, and type into the browser bar youtube.offbrand.golf. youtube.offbrand.golf. Just tap that in. Go over to that page and hit subscribe as soon as you can. I would appreciate it very much if you're, listening on Spotify or Apple or Google, somewhere like that. Hop on over there and do that. And, when you're at work, when you're sitting in front of your laptop and you can turn it on in YouTube, listen there. There's a number of reasons for that also. One is starting very soon, we're only going to be posting half the show on Spotify, Google, and other places. They're going to get half the show, and you're going to get prompted to move on over to YouTube to finish out the rest of the show. I promise you, it will be worth it, and we'll probably do this in the middle of some pretty great stuff. So yeah, just, help us out the best you can. If you see a little, little donation link on Spotify or elsewhere, tap that bad boy. Help us out. Every little bit helps. And, as we go forward, those folks contributing to the show in the way of getting subscriptions, I'm going to start calling you guys out for helping us out. So I really appreciate it. Enough about that. Let's jump into the show. This man is a man who has taken part on a very cool content channel. He's over on the Random Golf Club Films website, and YouTube channel. Random Golf Club does a series called the Breaking series, where they take major championship golf venues, I think all over the world, I think, at this point. I think they have a couple in the British Open Rota at this point. But they take these venues, tip them out, and then stick amateurs of different playing abilities on these courses, and then they see if they can break a given score. In the gentleman that's joining us, his handicap is a +1 currently. I know that it's been lower than that. He is a phenomenal player. He's taken quite a few Walker dollars off me over a period of time. So his goal is to break 80 at Erin Hills, most recently been used in the U.S. Open. And it's a beast. It's over 7,800 yards from the tips. He's playing in this, and, Random Golf Club, which is a endeavor of Eric Anders Lang, is documenting the process. They're through now 3 episodes in the show, and Cris Derr Valencia is, I'm going to say, he's the star of the show. He's definitely got the most camera time, and you're gonna know why when you hear him on this podcast. So, without further ado, here's a little something from the show.
Super hot. Still super hot. Not gonna taste anything the rest of the day.
My name is Christopher Alfonso Derr Valencia. I'm from San Diego, California. My handicap is +1.
We're feeling fresh, dude. It flies down, so that's how fresh we're feeling.
Any breakfast today?
Yeah, definitely gonna get something when we get down there. I don't know, probably something light, but definitely coffee. Start with that, and then we'll see how that makes me feel, right? We're off, dude.
I don't think too much about what I'm trying to put forward, right? I just try to be Cris everywhere I go. And I think Cris translates really well in person, and I don't know how well it'll translate on camera or over Instagram, but hopefully everyone's nice to me in the comments.
What color would you like your shot tracer to be?
I would like my shot tracer to be green. It's my favorite color. 5-up is a solid hole, made a good bogey. I made another bogey. I'm just trending with these bogeys right now. I'm scared of the second putts, dude. I'm like trying to hit the first ones like without leaving anything gnarly on the second one. We just gotta start ripping the first ones. What hole are we on? 7. Oof, running out of golf.
So I got a little leeway.
All right, there we go. I like that.
Yeah.
How you feeling?
Feel pretty good.
Yeah? Is it starting to slow down a little bit or no? Yeah.
It's like, I feel, at the beginning I was telling Tim, it's not even the nerves for me. It's like, I feel like I was just really lackadaisical because I didn't want to get stressed.
Yeah.
So I was just like, just relaxing, just wanted to have fun. But then I realized I was just blowing up holes. I was like, what the heck am I doing?
So you're like, oh, I got to dial it in just a little bit?
Just a little focus.
Just a little bit.
Cris, what's going on?
Walker, good to see you. Thank you for having me on the off-brand golf podcast, man. I'm happy to be here. I'm so proud of you. I feel like I watched you grow up right in front of my own eyes, dude. From the degenerate golfer who would come to the Presidio Players Club and yell and berate young college kids to now this successful podcast host. I just feel like a proud dad right now, and I'm really grateful to give back a little bit and to be here right now. It feels good. It feels good. Dude, it feels very full circle.
Dude, that's how exactly I felt watching you in your in your most current endeavor. Sorry, I got into the beer a little bit before this too, so if we sound like we're having a good time, it's because we are.
Yeah, 100%.
Dude, the one thing I know about what's about to happen is there's going to be a lot of dudes. We're going to say dude a lot. That's one of, so for anybody, I know some people are tuning in specifically to hear from Cris because you've got fans now, dude. You have fans.
I don't know how to react to that. I don't think I do, but I appreciate that. that.
You have more fans than haters.
Which is shocking to me because I come off as very Southern California, which if
People
you were to
hate on that
ask
a
the
little?
general public what the perception of Southern Californians is, it seems to be generally negative. And then people tell me, wow, Cris, you give off heavy SoCal vibes. And I'm like, sick. Does that mean you hate me? Or like, what does that exactly mean? You know?
Is that good or bad? Well, you're spending so
I
much
own
time
it.
in
I'm
Northern
fine with
California.
it. You know, I'm not going to not be me. But yeah, I'm always like, are you talking shit? Or are we, what are we doing? You know?
Right. So Cris is the star. I'm going to call him the star because he definitely got the most screen time, at least in the first 3 episodes of this. But Random Golf Club does a series called the Breaking series, in which they have a foursome of amateur golfers, and they stack them up against, either very famous golf courses or, in this case, very difficult ones with Erin Hills.
So
And-
it's mainly major championship hosting golf courses
Right.
is the theory. So they want to go to places where that have hosted major championships in the past.
Right. So this time they're at Erin Hills, and 3 out of the 4 episodes have been aired, and Cris is the lowest score currently, right? By the end of episode 3, you are still the lowest, right? And
Yes.
with the goal of breaking 80, which he is not going to obtain. That's my prediction. Oh,
You ain't never seen this boy catch fire before.
you want to bet? You know how many of my Walker dollars you have in your possession?
Yeah, I mean,
Kind of a
I
lot.
can see. Yeah, more than a few, dude. More than a few.
More than a few. So, dude, well, first off, I'm gonna get the ripping you like right out of the way because
I'm here.
some of it's deserved. So the first thing you say on camera is, "I'm not gonna say anything the rest of the day," after you burn your mouth on some coffee. Then you
No.
proceed to not
I
shut
said
the
I'm
fuck
not gonna.
up the
I said
entire
I'm
time.
not gonna. I said I'm not gonna taste anything the rest of the day, dude.
It
I said I'm not
sounds
gonna
like
taste
say.
anything because I burnt the
Okay.
shit out of my tongue. So I was like, man, my taste buds are fried. I'm not gonna have anything because everyone kept telling me from the moment. Okay, so I don't know if anyone knows this about me. I'm a fucking cookie monster, dude. Love cookies. Big cookie guy.
Are
If
you?
there's cookies in the
I
house
had no
or
idea.
Oh my god, I don't.
I hate cake. I don't like pie. I'm all cookies all the time. I'm team
I'm
cookie.
all cookies all the time, dude. I'm all cookies all the time. And I get on property at Erin Hills, and all anyone's telling me about is like, these cookies are so elite. You have to get these cookies at the turn. The chocolate chip cookies are fucking next level. And so I'm juiced like for all day. I'm like, dang, I can't wait to eat this cookie at the turn. When is the 9th hole? Like your boy's trying to get cookies like now. And then I take one sip of coffee at 5:45 in the morning and burn the shit out of my tongue. And all I could think about was like, this cookie's going to taste like burnt tongue. I'm not even going to enjoy it.
Dude, that's a problem. Do you want to know what else is a problem? What in the fuck was going on with your shoes?
Yo, hey, hold on a second. Pause. Take a big step back before you start coming at me for the flat shoes, dude. Those True Links wears, dude, are elite, dude. I'm about to get you a sponsorship right now, dude. They're the comfiest shoes that ever did exist. They're flat for any of those people that like don't like arch support or whatever, that try to be close and low to the earth. They're flat. They have a very low sole, very flat sole, and they have a wide toe box, dude. So your boy can spread his little toesies out. You better pause for a quick second before you come at True Links wear, dude.
Dude, first off, I had no idea that they were True Links wear or any golf brand. I had no idea.
They look like the Common Projects, dude. Don't. Dude, I have Stees.
Dude, they're filthy. They're
Oh, yeah,
fucking
for sure.
brown.
Yeah, they're dirty.
Why couldn't you? So, by the way, I mean, I played a million like pro-ams where these amateurs show up and they're dressed in like Nike head to toe or like fucking FootJoy head to toe, and it's like pro day for them. And brand new shoes right out of the box. First off, the shoe game, all four of those you guys had like, the shoes were weak just across the board. You had the coolest ones, except it looks like you had been running through dirt with them. Why couldn't you cop like a new pair of shoes?
Because I'm a muni rat, dog. Like, come on now, I'm a muni rat, dude.
But everything was
I
clean
don't.
from like the navy socks up. Everything was tight, and then the dirty ass shoes. I'm sure Max.
Because I wear
so.
my shoes when I play golf. Have you ever played golf, dude? You step in bunkers, you step in rough, you step in fairway. You're all over the place, dude.
Yeah, but
I
wipe
wear
them
them
off.
when I play golf, and I walk when I play golf, and when I walk, I step in stuff that like I don't know, dude. So that's an interesting point. You're bringing up a good question, right? It's like the general question of like, how do I feel looking dirty? And I guess I don't mind when my shoes are dirty.
You don't
like,
look that dirty.
Yeah,
you have style from the ankle up, dude. Like,
I like used shoes. I have a thing with used shoes. I think shoes. I think if like people that are like, dude, like I don't understand why people would buy like Jordan. Okay, so I'm not a sneakerhead, guys. So by all means, any sneakerhead that wants to come at me in my DMs, I'm really sorry, dude, for what I'm about to say. But I don't understand why people buy sneakers and then like worry so much about putting creases in them. It's like, dude, you're like, wear the shoes. They're gonna crease and get dirty, and like the ground is filthy. Like, what do you think? You're just gonna wear your shoes and like they're just gonna be like cocaine white forever? Like, no, that's not how it goes, dude.
All right. Yeah. Okay. No. So now that's a good reason. That makes sense. Just like fucking, I got these fucking pair of shoes to do. Because like everything's good. And for a guy, like, trust me, man, for me wearing bright colors or whatever the fuck I was wearing back in the day when we played every day together.
Big neon yellow guy for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know. That was a bad phase.
I'm happy you grew out of it again. I feel like a proud dad.
I see you on Instagram ripping Maxie for having merino wool on or whatever.
He's a fashion style. Like our boy Max, mutual friend of ours. I know everybody in the podcast is thrilled to hear about him, but that guy's a fashion icon, dude. Big merino wool guy. Likes to. It's very efficient, dude. It keeps you very warm and it dries out quick. So I'm not mad at it.
So the next, I promise I will get done ripping you. But dude, plus 7.
Rip me.
Plus 7 on the front 9. Plus 5 after 4. Why? What happened? Were you nervous?
Not any more nervous than I would be at tournaments, right? Like, so I compete in, like, I mean, I'm a decent handicap, so I compete in big Southern California, USGA events.
Mm-hmm.
I still compete in all those on a regular basis. I wasn't any more nervous than I was for those. And I just wasn't hitting the driver good. I just missed the first 4 fairways. And that's not a place that you can, the greens are really difficult there, and that's a place that you can't attack from not being in the fairway. Right? If you notice, like in episode 2, I hit every fairway and was in a position to attack every hole. Right. And like it changed, and like I snuck a birdie in there and like was hitting greens in regulation. It's just a place that when you're not in the fairway, it's really, really hard to even hit the greens, because the greens are all kind of, especially on the first 5 holes. I'd argue the first 5 holes are the toughest on the golf course. They're very, very tough stretch. And all the greens are very much raised, and like they're like a turtle shell, similar to what I would imagine Pinehurst is. I haven't been fortunate enough to play Pinehurst, but everyone describes it as the same way. It's like an upside down bowl.
So if you can't put air on the ball or spin on the ball, it's going to be hard to get them
to hold on
even
the green.
On the green, let alone get something close, right?
Exactly. Yeah, just on the green. I mean, I wasn't flag hunting on any of those shots, right? I was just trying to hit the green, and it was very difficult. And frankly, the first hole is a 570-yard
just
par
an ass kicker.
5. Yeah, just an ass kicker. Second hole, you have a wedge in. Third hole, I hit 6 iron in, and the fourth hole, I hit 4 iron in. It's like, I mean, like, and I hit the ball relatively far, like 280 off the tee. But you're still having, I was still looking, first things first, 1, 2, 3, and 4 are all into the wind. So it's like, straight into the wind. I'm hitting driver on a 470 par 4. It's like, okay, well, now I have 208 dead into the fan uphill from the rough. It's like, oh man, like, I mean, it was hard pressed to make pars from there, especially when you turn around and miss that green, right? So I wouldn't say I was super nervous. It was definitely bizarre to get used to the cameras on you.
I wouldn't have imagined you being like nervous in that situation. You played so much golf in so many different situations. I couldn't have. I expected actually to see on camera exactly the way that you were on camera. So like talkative, charming, funny, positive, all of those things. Nervous. Yeah. nervous was not like what I would have seen. And I didn't see it, right? I didn't see it in any of the swings. You kind of look like you were dialed in terms. Yeah. Did you play a lot leading up to that or practice a lot?
Yeah, I had a busy summer. So I had a very active summer. I played 7 events this summer. And this filming was in between my 4th and 5th event. So I was practicing every day, grinding on my game, trying to qualify for big events, right? USAM, Mid-Am, Cal-Am. Like I had goals in mind. So yeah, I was playing a bunch of golf. I was honestly, as far as my trend goes, I was trending in the wrong direction. In end of June, beginning of July of this year, I got to a +2, which was my lowest handicap ever. And then by the time I filmed in August, I was a +0.5. So I'd lost a stroke and a half over 6 weeks.
Oh, wow.
And I was really struggling. I was like definitely on a downtrend, right? Because I had a couple weeks in like May and June of this year where it was just like, it was just like I was just shooting under par. Yeah. It was just really good. It was just really good, right? And then I was kind of up into that like 75, 77, 74 range at my home course for like 6 weeks leading up to that event. And it's like, oh man, or not that event, but that filming.
+2. Yeah.
Yeah. So then it was like, oh my gosh, like quick. I'm technically the index or whatever, my handicap when I post it would be like 0.4 or 0.5 with like my 74, 75 or whatever I shot,
Yeah.
But it was just pulling the +2 back to scratch,
So I searched for all 3 episodes this morning while I was watching the 3rd episode. I searched all the comments to see one of the things you said was, hope nobody rips me too bad in the comments. So I was kind of curious, like what people were saying about. There were a number of like key themes about each of the different players. One was everybody that was making comments were saying, number one, that they'd love to play around with you. Number 2, that the most like common comment was they'd like to play with, all 4 of you guys. So that's like a good thing to have said. Then when coming down to like who plays how much, there was a lot of praise for, who was the highest handicap guy? I forget his name.
Alex was his name. Trying to break 110. 14 handicap, trying to break 110. He peered it. He hit the ball really good.
Yeah, so they were praising him for like hanging in there. A lot of people didn't believe Vibov was which by the way, it's Vibov, not Vibov. Which Vibov. So Vibov, nobody believed that he was a 4, I guess. Or a 9.
Yeah, he was a 4 handicap.
Yeah, so nobody was buying that in the comments. What the key things I heard were that your game was pure and Ken Derrick was, yeah. So Ken was crushing you with the driver.
He hit it far.
I could tell he was by you quite a few times. You're not like long, but you're not short either.
No, yeah, like like I always tell people, my cutoff cover number is 285, right? If there's a bunker at 282, like it's getting covered. If there's a bunker at 287, like I'm stressed about it. And then it just depends on the roll, right? If it takes a huge kick, it'll run out to 300. If it hits and stops, then it's whatever, 285, 290.
Yeah, you hit that perfect draw where if you're on like reasonably firm ground, if you hit your shot the way you want to hit it, you're passing 300 all the time, right? Unless you're playing like, Presidio in the fog or Harding in the fog or whatever. So so that was kind of it. The major things I saw, one guy just said you were somebody said you were a dick, basically. They just thought you're a patronizing asshole.
Shout out that guy, dude. Shout out that guy. Hey, you know what, dude? That guy's sick, dude. I bet he thrives, dude.
So there was, but only one negative thing. Everybody else loved your positivity. Like, and by the way, that was like the one thing that I was watching where I was like proud of my boy Chris. I was like, dude, everybody wants to play with that guy. That's kind of what you want being in that position.
Of course. I'm happy with how much my love of golf came through. Because Walker, you've played with me a bunch. You know me. I'm a golf fiend, right? For anybody that's listening, like I truly love the game. Like it's my favorite thing to do. It's my favorite activity to do. I try to do it as often as I can. I like getting better. I like doing drills. I like going to the range. I like putting. I like chipping. I like it all. I just love, love, love the game. So I'm happy. I think that really came through, and I think that was where a lot of that positivity or whatever came from. Because it's just like, dude, it was just so fun to go play this place from the U.S. Open tees somewhere that I would never go to, right? Like it was in Wisconsin. I don't know what would ever take me to Wisconsin, right? But I got out there to go do it, and in a super unique experience, and get filmed and meet some strangers and hang out and have a blast, like, and have it be immortalized forever too, which is really cool. It was a super unique experience, and it was so much fun.
I have two questions kind of piggybacking off that. The first one is, how did you, like, where did you, I understand that you have like a relationship with Eric Andrews Lang, who is Random Golf Club's, his project. How did you get involved with this? How did you end up on the show? Like, take us through your route from, Southern California guy to essentially the star of this particular series.
So that's really kind. I wouldn't say the star, but
it was, dude. People loved you. Come
on. So originally, it was supposed to be breaking Torrey Pines for the U.S. Open. That was the original plan. So Eric, I follow Random Golf Club on Instagram, and Eric put up a post in May of 2021 saying, "Hey, we're trying to do breaking Torrey Pines." For anyone that's familiar with the Breaking Series, because he's done the Breaking Series on a bunch of major championship golf courses.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, for any of you guys that are fans and familiar with the Breaking Series, here's an application. Click the link in our bio, and it'll take you there. Took me to a SurveyMonkey quiz, right, or a SurveyMonkey survey with a bunch of questions to fill out, and then at the end, they had like 10 or 15 questions that I had to write answers for, and then they had like 10 questions that I had to make a video for. And they were just like, hey, film yourself wherever you're at and answer these next 10 questions on camera. And then send us those results, and then we'll pick a winner. And so that's what I did. I just answered the questions on SurveyMonkey. I did it at work on a Friday. I worked with my sister, and I just had her, like, I saw it on Instagram, and I just answered the questions and then just had her film me. I was like, hey, can you film me really fast while I answer these? Can you read me these questions and film me while I answer them? And my sister was like, yeah, absolutely. So we just did it on a Friday at work. Took like 30 minutes and just sent the video in. Honestly, never thought I'd hear back. I was just like, whatever. There's going to be thousands of people that apply. I'll never hear back. Lo and behold, like 2 weeks later, he called me and was like, hey, we chose you. And so I was like, okay, perfect.
And you didn't know him prior to this, right? Like you kind of,
I did,
like, played a lot with, you did know him.
I did. I interviewed him for the No Gimmies podcast, my former podcast. R.I.P. No Gimmies. I interviewed him in 2016 for the No Gimmies podcast when he was Eric Andrews Lang of Adventures in Golf for United Airlines. Yep. I remember I was on a flight to Boston going to the marathon with some buddies to just go party for a week in Boston and hang out. And on the flight back, like I said, I flew United, and there was just this series called Adventures in Golf. And I watched the entire first season on the flight, 8 episodes. And thought it was the coolest thing ever. I was like, man, this guy's like the Anthony Bourdain of golf. I had just started my podcast. I was like 12 episodes in, and I just slid in his Insta DMs and was like, hey, gave my rundown. I was like, I'm Chris. I just graduated college in San Francisco. I hosted a golf podcast, or I'm hosting a golf podcast. Would you like to come on and tell me about adventures in golf? And he was like, yeah, absolutely. That sounds awesome. And that's so great. I was like, no way. I was like, sick. So then we had like an hour conversation way back in like 2016, just talking adventures in golf. And it's actually kind of funny. He talked about adventures in golf. He talked about Be the Ball, which is a documentary he made as a filmmaker, like a golf documentary. And then we talked about starting his own podcast afterwards. He's like, how do I start? What equipment do you have? Like, what do you use? And I just told him, I was like, hey, this is what I use, and this is how I do it. And now, 5 years later, he's Random Golf Club and has made this awesome business for himself. It's sweet.
Yeah, it's interesting because I don't know I don't know a lot about him. I'm familiar with him because he was the one and really only guy to kind of endorse Vice Golf, which I've been using Vice Golf balls for 5-6 years now. I think since they've come out
since as long as I've known you.
Yeah. So going way back, and he's always done ads for them, and I know that he kind of incorporated that a little bit into the series that he was doing that you saw on United. Other than that, though, never really got into his stuff until last month. There's a golf course. Have you ever played Northwood in Northern California?
Of course.
Okay, so he did his show on Northwood.
I
Called
saw
it
it.
like 10,000 redwoods on a golf course or whatever the fuck he called it.
Low key plug. I'm in the Tijuana episode. If you watch the Tijuana episode,
dude, I did see I think the trailer for the Tijuana episode. And you were in it, so you
Your
were
boy's in it,
you.
so.
Dude, and I know you love that course. Like,
Love that
you were
course.
one of the first guys pimping that course back in the day that I remembered talking about the course. So I got into that. I know that, you guys had known each other for a while. And then when this came out, you started, bumping it on the Instagram. Immediately, I was like, holy shit, dude, this guy's going to be on this show. And by the way, could not have been, like, I couldn't imagine you, like, on some of that old shit that they don't do anymore, like Big Break. Like, I could kind of imagine you on that show, but something like this is a little better just because it's like, it's very you, right? Like, very low key,
I'm not
very
good.
love of golf. No,
I'm not good
dude,
enough
you
to be
could
on
hang
Big
in
Break.
there.
I'd get dusted by Big Break.
No, that fucking guy that was like a hockey player and became a golfer, you'd fuck that guy up.
I'm a hockey player, but I'm playing golf today.
Yeah, you'd ruin him. You'd be fine. But yeah, so I'm not like, haven't been super in tune with what he's been doing. However, the thing that I'm starting to understand, especially getting involved in what I'm getting involved in terms of like the golf space, is that I'm realizing one thing. So I always wondered why, and I think a lot of people do, why EAL isn't on like a show on Golf Channel, right? Or does something for like a larger company. It could be that maybe he doesn't want to go that route. The other thing is, Golf Channel's tried a lot of that shit. They had like Matt Janella with like travel stuff, and yeah. So they've run a lot of that programming, and there's a reason why they don't run that programming anymore. Even like Big Break or whatever. It just honestly, people, if people watched it, it would still be on TV, but people don't, right? So Golf Channel has become, all day long Golf Central, and then they show pro tournaments, whether it's, European stuff, the Ladies Tour, Champions Tour, whatever it is. It's just not popular in that space. But this other stuff like this in this space, in like the YouTube space, the digital space, is incredibly popular. People love this stuff in that space. Probably because of the on-demand nature of it, right? Like, I think if you put Big Break on opposite of Monday Night Football or Thursday Night Football, you're just going to get fucking killed, right? So in this space, that stuff works a lot better. And I know he's kind of leading the way in that, but there is incredible stuff coming out all the time. Like some of these just straight up YouTubers, like the Short Game guy or whatever, which is like there's a bunch of Southern California guys that
Hey,
do it.
Short Game guy, Mark Anguiano, also
Yeah.
big time No Gamies guy. He was on 3 episodes of the No Gamies podcast, now runs the Short Game guys, and he just made it to final stage of Q School. So if you're looking for some up and coming pro to root for that's trying to make a career for himself on the Corn Ferry Tour, look up the Short Game guys, Mark Anguiano. Dude's legit,
Mark
man.
Anguiano
He's
is
very,
awesome.
very, very good. I stayed at his house like 3 weeks ago or whatever for the U.S. Mid-Am qualifier at Brentwood. We crashed and had dinner, and he let me sleep on his couch. So shout out Mark. That guy's legit.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about, right? Like there is tons of great content, and then then I think there's some really bad stuff, right? Like if I have to read another fucking Instagram meme about like that's talking about how angry girlfriends get when their boyfriends are lying to them about taking a 7-hour round, right? Like,
hey, that makes me laugh though. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, we've all been through it, but once you've seen one of those, you don't need to see another 27.
Exactly.
So there's some stuff that gets overdone or overplayed or whatever. But the random golf club stuff is tremendous, and it was really cool to see to see a guy I know like right in there and getting good feedback because I wasn't sure, dude. I was like, Cris is gonna be fucking wilding out, and I was like, oh, this is super positive. I love golf, Cris.
I mean, I didn't drink or smoke, so I was sober. I was stone cold sober. I think that helps a lot,
dude.
Not that I get more negative as I lose sobriety, but I mean, I think I would have been wilder. I think it would have been a little more loose, right? Not that I wasn't loose. I think I was relatively loose, but I mean,
you know what? There was a point when you got in a vibe of a little bit about he like didn't know where the fuck the hole was. You guys were like standing up on the
dude, I felt bad about that in the moment too when it was happening. That's funny you picked up on that. I felt bad about that in the moment, dude. I was blown away. I was like, dude, you don't know which way the hole goes? He's like, is that our fairway? I was like, how is that our fairway? There's a green 60 yards in front of us and then a fairway behind it. That's obviously not our fairway. Yeah, I didn't mean to get so short with him. I felt bad that made it through. I was like, damn, dude, I just cooked.
Dude, I was like, that's the Cris I know. You're like, hey, you're like,
I was like, Bubba, it's this way.
Yeah, you're like, dude, it's this way. You're having a rough go at things today. Because it must have been like
Bubba, dude. That's so bad. That's so bad.
Dude, I was laughing so hard. I was like, Jesus, dude. Because some of the antics I was just looking through like my Instagram feed back at like some of the videos, and there's one where basically you told me to fucking suck dick after you dropped a eagle on top of my eagle. Do you remember this?
Yeah, at Windsor.
Windsor.
Windsor. And the fourth hole at Windsor, the one that's kind of got like that grove of trees short right. It's like the short par 5. The pin was back right, and I hit it in the left center of the fairway and had to go over those trees and hit like this high, soft landing 5-wood. And let's just call a spade, dude. You made a net eagle. I made a legit
No.
That's why I was talking shit, because I was like, dude, get your net stuff out of here, Mr. Getting 9 aside, dude. I'm done with this.
God.
I'm over here hitting golf shots and making putts, and now we're walking out of here with a tie. So yeah, for sure.
First,
you know me though. I'll chirp, dude. I'll chirp away.
Jesus. First off, it was not fucking. It was not a net eagle. I dropped a 5. And by the way, at the end of that clip, you say literally. I was like, dude, was I popping there? Because I should have won that hole. You're like, no, you weren't fucking popping. Suck dick. So,
dude, I mean, I like to chirp, man. I like to chirp. I like to talk shit. I think it's fun. I think it's fun. And like, I don't care. Yeah, why not? Let's have a little bit of fun, dude. And like, I mean, you know me. You've played a bunch of golf with me. I'm a pretty good putter. So my favorite thing to do is when I have a really good read on it is just I'll start talking while I'm reading the putt. I'll be like, dude, this thing's going in. I feel so bad for you that I'm going to make this on you, and you're going to be so demoralized when this goes in.
How pissed are you going to be when I make this?
Yeah, how pissed are you going to be when I make this, dude? And then when it goes in, it's just the most electric thing ever. It's just...
I was when I was telling one of my golfing buddies who I was talking to today, that's the first thing I said was, honestly, out of all the guys I played with or do play with, you are easily the best putter, which in the show, when you dropped that first birdie of the group from it looked like 20 feet or so, right? It
was a little longer. It was probably like 30 feet. It was relatively long.
Yeah, it was. I was just like, dude, that's the kind of putt where, and it's funny because there is still something that goes off in my head when I'm facing like, first off, I would say nobody knows this, but in terms of like lag putting, I almost never 3-putt from like anything beyond 30 feet. Like that's never happening. But there was a time, I'll never forget it. I remember what hole we were on. We were on hole 11 at Presidio. And you had a putt from the back of the right side bunker, I guess, down to a left kind of middle back hole location. It's sort of downhill towards the edge of the green. And I don't remember what got said to trigger you saying this, but like while you're reading the putt and essentially addressing to hit the putt, you said, and dude, this sticks in my head so many times when I'm trying to decide like whether I should lag a putt or, you know, whether I should really try to find a line where it's going to go in. You got up from the read, addressed the ball, and you were like, dude, I try to make everything out here, or what the fuck is the point of being here? Literally, word for word. And it sticks in my head, and I will hear that shit in tournaments sometimes when I'm trying to like bury a putt from deep.
Every putt's liable to go in. Like golf is a weird game, right? Because the people view golf as like the score being the totality of the day. But that's not what scoring in golf is. You have an opportunity to score 18 times, and it's when you have your putter in your hand. It's like it's a goal, right? Like every time you put the ball in the hole, you're scoring a goal. So every opportunity you have to score one, you should take that mentality into it, right? It should be like, no, dude, like I don't care if it's 50 feet or 4 feet, like I'm trying to make it. Dude, the point is to try to make it. The point isn't to lag it up there nice and close. No, the point is to fucking hoop it, dude. And like and then you'll be surprised at how many of those like 30 or 35 footers go in when instead of reading it to be like, okay, let's just lag it up there. It's like, no, like what, like the point is to make it. Like, why am I here? I'm here to make this putt. Like, do I wish that I hit my 9-iron to 8 feet instead of 25 feet? Of course. But like, who cares? I have a 25 footer now and this thing's liable to get canned if this thing's not careful, dude.
Yeah, it's always been fun to play with you. Do you remember the first time ever we played together?
No, I must have been at the Presidio, but I don't remember the first time.
It was
it the time you broke the putter on 9 that you found? That wasn't the first time, right?
Dude, that's
okay. Hold on a second, guys. I'm gonna take over the show right now. Walker, you can be quiet for a second, guys. Right. I have the best. Walker might have pulled the best bit I've ever seen on a golf course ever. Me and our buddy Max still talk about this to this day. We tell strangers about it all the time. So when I was in college, I'll give you full context. When I was in college, the Presidio did a thing called the Players Club where you could play an hour early for Twilight. So your boy signed up for it immediately and played
in San Francisco, California, by the way.
In San Francisco, California. So I would play 3 times a week, right? Like go out for an hour early for Twilight, take my morning classes, then go play in the afternoon. So much fun. We played with Walker a bunch during that time. And it was just super fun, and we got to know each other, and we became good friends, and it was just like a fun time to hang out. So this must have been like the 3rd or 4th time we played together, and we started on the back 9, which was abnormal, and we come around to the 10th hole, which was the first hole, but it was our 10th, and Walker hits it right over close to the driving range, and he's over there in the rough in the trees doing whatever it is he's doing. I don't care. I'm in the fairway. I'm trying to make birdie. I'm going to beat him anyway. So what does it matter what he's doing over there in the right rough? And so he gets up to the green, hits it to like 30 feet, lags his putt up there because he's not trying to make it all the time like I am, and has like 4 feet left, and then misses it, and then just snaps his putter over his leg, lets out an expletive, and just throws the putter into the grove of trees left of one green. And I remember just being like, oh my God, this guy's a psychopath. Who invited this guy? This guy's an absolute crazy person.
Dude, this was the first time we ever played.
What's up?
This was the first time we ever played.
Oh my God. And I remember just freaking out and being like, dude, who is this guy? And then we're like, dude, did you just break your putter? And he's like, no, I just found that putter over in the rough over there, dude. And I just wanted to put on a bit. And we're like, what a commitment to the bit, dude. This guy literally 3-putted for bogey on purpose just for the bit, dude.
Dude, that's so good. That was so good. I remember like kind of being pissed off that like I was gonna miss this 4-footer because I was like I think I was having an okay round, but I was just remember thinking like, dude, I am actually going to be a little pissed off when I miss this.
It wasn't even close, too. It's the thing. It was like, in hindsight, looking back on it, it's like obviously he didn't try to make it. Like it was low the whole way. It was like it never had a chance.
Like a foot low.
Yeah, it was super low. It was not a good putt.
You know how and our buddy Max like is very expressive, and the look on his face was just like, what the fuck? And
Dude, we still tell that story all the time, man. We tell that story. We played golf. Max and I played golf last weekend in Utah, and we were telling that story to strangers that we met on the golf course. We were like, dude, we had this guy Walker we used to play with, and he threw a putter in the bushes.
After he fucking broke it in half.
Yeah.
Dude, it was so good. There was so you two guys were 2 of the guys that taught me the sometimes you just got to throw a club move. I think it was
good.
Yeah. Just do it, dude. It'll feel good. As long as it's not like in the moment with anger, but it's just like, hey, I'm going to throw this wedge now. I really need to get this out. And
Like my favorite is the throwing the wedge towards the cart, right? Like if you're chipping and like you have a bunker shot or something, and it's not like a malicious throw. It's not like a throw with some velocity. It's just like the soft lob back in the direction of the cart. It's like just get this thing out of my hand. I hate this club right now.
so good, so good, dude. I was thinking about so. This is definitely me just filleting you for the majority of this show, but there was I was telling a story about you to the woman that I am dating months ago. And
No. A woman?
well, yeah, I changed it up, dude.
Good for you.
No, so she I was explaining how I get along with, like, I've got friends who are like 65 years old. I've got friends that are like 15 years younger than me, mostly you and Max. And I was talking about, like, just telling a story about how I got to know you and, like, you know, playing golf and kind of through that. And then we would hang out like outside of that. I remember going to like a college bar with you when you were at school in San Francisco. And I just told her, I was like, this is like one of those guys. Anytime I'm in San Diego, I'll just be able to pick up the phone and be like, yo, are you free this afternoon? Let's go play golf. And it would be like, you know, not a minute had gone by, right? Like, definitely one of those old school kind of friends to have. So, and when I talk about like going through the comments in like the YouTube video and like seeing what people were saying, like it was that kind of thing. Cause I was like, dude, I'm glad. Because I'm sure people like get in front of cameras or they get a mic in front of them and they clam up. And so often you see like pro golfers who are just robotic and suck, right? And like I was happy to see a guy who displayed those types of things. Like, you know, everybody that I saw writing stuff, I mean, there was some like outrageous shit written about you that was good. But I was happy to see, you know, that people had like this desire to be buddies with Cris. Like a lot of people were being like, dude, this is Eric Anders Lang part 2. He should take over for him, you know, if he ever leaves and stuff like that. Well, like, what do you think hearing, you know, positive stuff like that being said about you? Like, how's that make you feel?
I'm not good at taking compliments, so it makes me feel a little weird. I'm obviously gracious. Like, thank you. I'm happy. Like, thank you to everybody who said nice things. That's really sweet, and like people don't have to say that, and it's really easy. Ooh, best sound in the world. Yep. And it's really easy to be mean on the internet, right? I feel like it's harder to be nice on the internet than it is to be mean on the internet. So the fact that so many people are taking time out of their viewing experience to say nice things about me is great, man. And of course it feels good. It's nice to be reinforced, and it's nice to have people say positive things about you, right? Yeah, that's really, really, really sweet, and I'm happy about it. And I'm happy that it came through, man, because I know I can be annoying too, right? Like some people find this really annoying. So I was just hoping that a lot of people wouldn't find it annoying. I hope I wouldn't take away from the video, but I just tried to have fun with it. I just basically turned my stream of consciousness outward. I just used the camera to tell them everything I was thinking. I just turned to the camera all the time and just told them whatever it was that I was thinking. So
yeah,
everything that you're hearing
that
is just literally what I would normally be thinking inside my head when I'm playing golf, but instead I had a camera to tell it to, which was kind of cool.
So now I'm going to read you a bunch of these comments. You ready for this?
Oh no, I'm not. I've been purposely avoiding the comment section on YouTube because I just didn't want to read them.
Yeah, I figured. Here we go. First off, I'm going to ask you if you know any of these people. Do you know a Luis Gracia? I
do know Luis Gracia.
Luis said, this is, I should have saved this one for last, but it's literally one of the first comments in episode 1. But Cris once saved a cat stuck on a tree with his 5-iron. As a teenager, Cris had a weed whacking business in which he used his irons to trim unwanted bush. This led to him having a smooth swing you see him have now. Years of weed whacking and saving cats with clubs has turned him into one of the most consistent, generous, kind, and positive golfers that has ever lived. People can only strive to be more like Cris.
Man, it's very kind.
Is any part of that true? Did you save a cat with the fucking? Okay.
No, he's a comedian. So
yeah, he just turned you into Chuck Norris.
Yeah, he's a comedian. So he does stand-up comedy. He's like on the open mic circuit. He's an old friend from high school. We used to play high school golf together. Not on the same team, but like, we would just play rounds together in high school and hang out and do normal stuff, high school shit. But yeah, he after high school moved to Germany and went to school out in Germany, and then now lives in North Carolina. But we played a bunch of golf growing up. And yeah, like I said, he has a job, right, and works. He's a sommelier and like manages a restaurant and does stuff like that. But moonlights as a comedian. So
Nice.
that was probably him exercising the muscle a little bit.
Yeah, that was good. Steve Cassidy says would love to play around with a guy like Cris. Dude is so positive and full of energy.
Shout out Steve Cassidy. I don't know you, but I appreciate that, Steve. If you're ever in San Diego, hit me up. We'll go play.
Jason Hill said, love that all four ooze Eric's philosophy of just enjoying the experience, especially Cris, +1. Not the best 4 holes, but still there encouraging everyone else just to have a good time.
You're right, dude. Not my best 4 holes. Thank you for noticing.
Yeah. That was probably like one of the only that was like the harshest thing that got said.
I was teasing him. But yeah, okay, so like, there's nothing worse than playing golf with a guy or a person who is playing bad and then wants you to know he's playing bad. It's
right.
Like, dude, normally I hit my 6 iron 185, but like today I can't seem to hit it 177. And it's just like, all right, dude, cool. He's like, oh my God, I normally make all my right to left putts. And it's like, okay, dude, like, cool, man. Like, you just missed a 3-footer that was right to, you just missed a 3-footer that was right edge, dude. So I don't know. You should go drill those things. So I don't know. I just think that even if you're playing bad, like there's still room to like, especially if someone else is playing good, dude. Like that course was hard and those boys were making pars. So it's like, dude, like you just parred the 480-yard par 4 up the hill, like lit, dude. Like good 4. Like that hole's a monster.
Yeah, Vibev in I think in today's episode that came out, I think Vibev parred like a 503-yard like par 4. And dude, he was grinding and just did it, and the joy on his face. And you were one of the guys, for fucking him up earlier. You at least came back and were like, dude, like, what up? That was sick. So
got to, man. If someone does something cool, you got to give them some props. And then also, I feel like that gives you leeway to tease someone when they do something bad, right? Like if I hit one out or like top one or do something wild, like I would expect everyone in my foursome to be like, yo, what was that, dude? But by that exact same token, if I'm hooping 30-foot birds on your ass, you better be telling me that was sick, dude.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Here we got Craig Lovelace. Chris's ratio of SoCal slang words to words you might find in a dictionary in his closing monologue is all I've ever wanted. That's good.
What? That's sick. I like this guy.
Dude, a lot of people were like, he's so San Diego, he's so SoCal.
I guess so. That's actually really funny. I'm trying to think of what my closing monologue was now. I must have just been liking and duding it up.
Probably, yeah. There was probably a lot of liking and duding. Kobe's owner said Cris is the guy you want to be paired with. So that's cool.
Kobe's owner, dude. Let me know when you're out here, Kobe's owner. We can get paired.
All the guys were great. Cris and Vibev are my favorites. Totito96 says grew up playing with Cris at my local course. Glad to see he's still awesome to play with. That one's good.
Let's go. That's Hector. That's young Hector, dude.
I thought as a little kid, dude, you might be a little fuckwit to play with. Might not have been so fun.
I still have the same energy. I definitely used to get mad. I definitely used to get way more mad. But like you grow out of that, right? I feel like everyone gets mad when they first start playing because they don't know how to control their emotions. You have this expectation of playing good, and then you play bad, and you're like, why do I do this to myself?
Right. 5 minutes. Joseph Taylor says 5 minutes in and can already tell Cris is going to be a reason to keep watching. That's pretty cool.
That's really sweet. Let's go. Joseph Taylor was his name. Shout out Joe Taylor. Thank you.
Reed B says Cris is the most San Diego dude ever. LOL.
Facts, dude. You want to get a burrito and drink an IPA? Hit your guy up.
And then Random Golf Club Films replied to that and said, haha, we're off, dude.
I think that was the first thing I said when we were leaving the hotel room. I was like, we're off, dude. Let's get out of here.
Oh, by the way, dude, when Ken put the banger on in the car after he picked you up and you were doing your patented fucking Kermit the Frog dance that I've seen you do in a college bar,
Yeah.
I was hyped. I was ready to watch. I was
Dude,
ready
of course,
to go.
man. I got 2 dance moves, and I'm not shy to pull them out, man. I don't care what the vibe is. I'll throw them around, whatever.
Yep.
I'm an energy guy, dude. I'm a big energy guy. I don't care if it's music or golf or drinking in a college bar, like whatever, dude. I'm bringing the heat, dude. Like,
Yep,
let's have a good
yep.
time. Let's make sure
Yep.
we have fun today.
Wes Y says, as a high handicapper, if I'm playing around with a plus handicap, Cris would be the type of guy I want to play with. Because,
For sure, dude.
there are plenty of guys who are good that are dicks to play with. They suck.
I didn't know that, right? Like I'm learning that more and more. I mean, dude, what are you gonna be mean? Like the guy sucks. Like, what are you gonna be more mean to him? Like, come on, man. Like
Yeah.
let's. I mean, all he needs is one par, and his day is gonna get made. You know, if you're playing with like a 20 handicap, he's just searching for the one par. So like, caddy him up. If it's 155 up the hill and he pulls a 9-iron, be like, dude, I dare you to hit the 7, and they'll be like, no, I can't. Be like, dude, just try it. Like,
Right.
I don't know. Be there to help him out. You know, don't be the guy that's like, damn, this guy sucks. I might as well just not talk to him for 5 hours.
I'm definitely more that guy. I'm definitely more that guy. Dude, my girl goes with me on the golf course, and the shit she says about people is like downright incendiary. Like, she's trying to start fights out there.
Lit.
We got Archie Sykes says, Cris, you're awesome.
Shout out Archie.
Banhammer of Justice says, rooting for Cris and Alex. Cris is about as positive a player as you could hope to be paired with. That's awesome.
Thank you, sir.
What else do we got here? Derr Valencia? Are you related to?
I am related to her.
Is it Bear or Barry?
Bere.
Bere. Vamos con todo, Cris. Number 1 fan here.
Vamos con todo. Let's go.
Oh, here. This one's good. Rory Firth 76 says, another wonderful film, guys. Thank you. Is Chris Eric's cheekier brother? Amazing personality, but overall great group. Glad to see a
cheekier
high
brother. I like
handicapper.
that. That's very British, dude. Much cheekier.
Much cheekier.
You got a lot of British C word that I'm happy he didn't use.
Yeah, he could have bombed that one on you.
Yeah.
There was like another Cris is awesome from Andrew Daly.
Damn, dude, overarching positivity. That makes me feel good. Yeah,
Oh,
my
I
mom was
fucking
sending me
hate-
screenshots of the comments, dude. She was the only one. She's like, "Are you reading the comments?" I was like, "Absolutely not." So she
Chris
sent
has
me
a
screenshot
beautiful
of
mother. Just want to say that.
Yeah.
One of the most beautiful women.
She was sending me screenshots of of a lot of the comments, but I was just trying to avoid them. I don't want to get in there, dude. I'm scared.
This one fucking sucks, dude. You're gonna
Rip me. What does someone say?
No. This one sucks for me. We got Brandon who says, "Let's go, Brandon." No, he didn't say that.
Oh wow, tough scene.
Brandon says, "Damn, I'm only 4 minutes in, but the production team could be from Nat Geo. The music and videography is amazing. Also, Cris has some great dance moves." Fuck.
I do have great dance moves. I do
got
have great
ruined
dance
there.
moves. I do have great dance moves. You just gotta switch it up. You gotta go back and forth between the two, man. That's all it is. Can't be doing the same thing for more than 30 seconds. Keep people on their toes.
For sure. Do you know? Do you follow No Laying Up?
Yeah,
all?
I'm all in. I can't get enough golf content, so I got all the golf content going.
Mitch Davis says Cris is Randy's NLU shorter, longer haired twin.
Randy's more nihilistic than I am, dude.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Randy gives me nihilist vibes, not in a bad way, dude. Like, you can be chill to be nihilistic, but like, I definitely love life. I feel like there's some days where Randy like hates everybody, and I'm just like, man,
pissed.
yeah. I'm like, imagine that energy, dude. I don't think I could carry that.
Jay Harder 25 says you could tell me Cris is EAL's brother, and I'd believe you.
Tell me too.
Craig William says, "Hey Eric, surely Cris is infringing on your IP." Which there were a lot of comparisons to you, and it's funny because you guys both kind of sound the same, both sort of talk the same.
Do we really? I feel like my voice is incredibly high and annoying, and I feel like Eric has a very soft and soothing voice.
Yours is high and soothing. His is low and soothing.
Dang, high and soothing. I didn't know those two words went together.
Dude, it's
normally it's
a vibe,
high and
right?
grating. Those are normally the two words that go hand in hand.
This one's good. Nelson Knob properly named after this fucking comment, says,
Go now.
Cris is a yapper. He's off a 1, but would get on my nerves for the course for other reasons.
Oh, let's go, Nelson. Let's go play,
Yeah.
dude. Let's go. Hey, I feel like me and Nelson
Bring your
could have a
wallet.
really fun match, dude. Hey, Nelson, let's go 10-10-10 Nassau with like press one piss, dude. Let's see what happens. I'll give you as many as you want, dude. You can press whenever you want.
That's, by the way, dude. See, this is why I love Cris, is because that's exactly. So Cris doesn't know this. I think when I was playing with him, I was more like a 9 handicap and never really took the time to like improve or get consistent with anything. And now I'm a +1. So fuck you, Cris.
I mean, dude, that's fine. Come play me. I'm not worried, dude.
But dude, that's the way you solve that. When somebody just starts talking shit, it's like, dude, bring your wallet. Let's just go play. And then
What do you want to play for, dude? I'll play. Like,
no, not you. I'm not.
I mean, like, I'm saying the same thing. I'm continuing the bit, right? Where it's
gotcha.
Yeah, if someone like, I feel like you'd get on my nerves. It's like, okay, cool. Like maybe I would, but like, let's go play then. If I'm gonna get on your nerves in a video, then like, man, I'd love to play golf with you, because then you're like, you might
press them and pissed.
Yeah, you're liable to get dusted, dude. If you beat me on one, I'm pressing automatically, and like, let's go. Like, press one pissed and let's play. I don't know. I love that.
Chris Recupero says Chris's vibe is legit. That's a good one. Troy Robinson says that guy Cris looks like a low budget Eric.
Love
so
that.
That's funny. That one's
I'm a
good.
swap meet Eric.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, dude. What's you taking over the family business down there, or what's going on?
Yeah, I am. Me and my sister are doing it together, so it's great. It's been very fun. A lot of work, but it's going good.
A lot of
swap
time
meets. If anyone's in San Diego and wants to come out to a swap meet, hit your boy up. Yeah, swap meets are the best, man. I love swap meets. I love flea markets. I love supporting local entrepreneurs, local produce vendors, local farmers. It's like a cool, great community of just people that are local and trying to move stuff. And it's awesome,
that is such a good scene. It's especially, I could imagine in like a community tour like San Diego or like East County out there, that it would be a lot of fun to see like what kind of wares people are kind of pimping at a swap meet there. Here in the Bay Area, they get a little grimy. There are a couple that are cool, but I'd imagine in San Diego it's awesome.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, I find a lot of golf clubs there. I have like a bunch of backup sets of clubs that are like old sets from the 90s. Shout out my buddy Cole, who does Metalwood Studio, and his whole thing is like bringing back the aesthetic of like early 2000s golf. So he plays with like the old like 905K drivers, the Titleist ones, and then puts like blue boards in them, or like OG burners, and then plays like blades, like the Mizuno T-Zoids and stuff. And like he just builds sets like that. Dude. So I have like I buy a bunch of clubs like that at the swap meet and just have like a bunch of Metalwood Studio sets, which is great.
That's awesome.
They're very hard to play with. I'll go play like Goat Hill or play like my local track from like 6,400 yards with them, and it's amazing how much I suck.
T-Zoids, I used to have a set of those, and they would just rip my hands up. I would hit everything thin with those, and it felt like hitting rocks. It was bad.
Those things are gnarly, man. Exactly, like just like the old early 2000s tech. There was non-existent tech. There was like a little bit of tech, just enough tech to make you think there was some tech, and man, it was hard to play golf with those clubs. But yeah, Metalwood Studio, check them out on Instagram. They're trying to bring back the aesthetic of the early 2000s, and it's fun.
Are you a single guy these days?
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. I play way too much golf to have a girlfriend.
Yeah, Grazia Cinematics is a woman here, and she says, Cris, get in my DMs. No, she doesn't say that, but what she does say is, San Diego's Cris talks and moves like a guy who just had 9 espresso shots before teeing off. His positive vibe is truly contagious. And then this is her DM move right here. Besides his silky smooth swing, you cannot ignore his golf knowledge. Hope you guys keep inviting this fella.
Damn, dude, what episode is that one on, dude? I'll slide.
That's
I'm not scared
dude, yeah.
What's up?
Towards the end. Grazia Cinematics, episode 1.
Let's
towards
go,
the end.
Dude.
It's right before. It's right before Philip Tomlin saying, "Well, Cris is obviously really annoying."
Shout out Philip Tomlin, dude.
Bring your wallet, bro. All right, I'll let you off the hook. I'm not going to read the rest of them, but those were like the ones that on that first episode were pretty good. By the third one, like I think they were all largely positive. it wasn't. And by the way, this is the part of the Random Golf Club content that I really love, is that because it fosters like that kind of viewership. It's not like the shit you see in like No Laying Up is, I mean, you know, the people that watch that and kind of engage with that, it's really like there's a lot of negative shit that comes out of that. So it's a little different this way.
Golfers can be generally negative, right? Like, you know, it's a lot of self-deprecation on the golf course, a lot of negativity on the golf course. It's hard. Like, you know, it's easier to be negative than it is to be positive. So that's why I was so nervous about the comment section, right? Like, you know, I didn't know what to expect. So I was like, hopefully everyone's nice and positive. But yeah, I agree. If those are all the comments of what you've just read, it sounds like it's a generally positive place on the RGC YouTube, which is great. I know their Instagram's super positive. I read the comments on like my what's in the bag and stuff on their Instagram, and it was not negative there at all. So I was like, okay, cool, man. People seem to be vibing with what this kid's doing, so I'm down with that.
It's funny that you mentioned that, because one of the other questions is like, would love to know. There were a couple of folks that wanted to know what was in your bag and what was in, or what Ken was swinging. So like, what's your bag makeup these days? What does it look like?
Ooh, go to all the RGC Instagram channel and you can go see me go through my complete bag, but I'll also do it on this podcast. I'm driving a, let's see, I have a Sim Max driver, TaylorMade Sim Max driver. I have a M1 3-wood, but the old M1 from like 2015, the OG M1. I have a Titleist TMB 2-iron. I have Mizuno MP18 SCs 4-iron through 9-iron.
Dude, I've got SC 18s.
What's up?
I've got SC 18s.
I love them.
I've got SCs from, let's see, 7, 8, 9, and pitching wedge with Project X LZs in them. And then I have the MMCs for the lower ones.
Yeah, because you don't hit it that good in the high irons. I get it. No, it's fine.
No,
you need a little more love. You need a little more love, dude, because you're not flushing it, dude. I get it. You know, that's just the difference between +2 and +1, dude. Once you get to +2, you'll understand. Dude. And you're almost there, dude. It seems like you're trending. Just give it a couple more weeks, and then maybe you'll start to go split cavity through the bag, dude, and grow a pair.
Actually, you know what's funny is about saying that is there's too many. When you start putting like tech in the club head. There's too many rocket balls, right? Like if you hit something pure, it just goes way too far. And like I have the MMCs, but I have them tilted back to SC lofts, so they're not like over lofted. But dude, sometimes I'll rip a 6-iron, and it's like, how the fuck did that go? 210. There's a lack of consistency there. I think you're right.
I think so too, but hey, it's whatever. And then I have SM7 wedges, 46, 52, 56, 60, all low bounce, the lowest bounce possible. I have like so you've got bounce on my 60.
You've got four so wedges. You only have one fairway wood?
Yeah, the 3-wood.
Okay,
because my 2-iron goes like 250, so that covers anything into par 5s, and I can hit it high.
Yeah.
You know me. I don't struggle to hit the ball. I struggle to hit the ball low. I don't struggle to hit the ball high. So for me, a 2-iron that covers like 245, 250 and gets up in the air is fine coming into par 5s. You know, which is pretty much the only time I'll ever use that.
Eric was admiring your swing. Dude, I'll be honest. I have admired your swing. Like there are a lot of times where I'll be on a range thinking about the positions you get to. So like your top position is like one of the best I've ever seen.
I'm finally hitting cuts now. I hit cuts with the longer the club is, the more it cuts, which is crazy.
That's nuts, dude.
I hit draws with the irons and the wedges, and then pretty much cuts with the driver. Like if you notice, all my good drives on the RGC thing were just these like 5 or 6 yard just hammer cuts. Just these like flat cuts that just go. It's the greatest, dude. I absolutely love it.
What do you think? Like in the future? What do you think? What would you think about like getting in front of a camera for like golf content or doing something like that? Any aspirations for that? Because I mean, you can't deny that you were pretty natural in that, like in that position.
Thank you. I really appreciate that, Walker. Yeah, I don't know. I've never thought about it, right? This was my first foray in doing it. I mean, like, frankly, it sounds like a dream job. Like, what do you mean? I just get to go play golf and talk to a camera? That sounds awesome. That sounds like something that I could do that no problem, right? So,
You know
yeah,
what I
I
would
don't, I don't
think?
know if aspirations are the right word for it because I didn't even know that wasn't like an option, right? Like growing up, there's no EAL. Like EAL didn't exist growing up,
Right,
and now
right.
EAL is doing it and crushing it. So like, what is there? There's not room for two EALs, right? Like there clearly isn't because EAL gets all the eyes. So I don't know. I mean, I'd love to do it. I think I think it's probably the coolest job ever to just get to travel around and play golf and talk to a camera. But I don't know if I have aspirations for it. I think
You know
it'd be
what?
cool to do. I would love to do something like this again. Hopefully EAL invites me again to do something like this. I'd be super gracious and jump at the opportunity. But like, I also don't want to be greedy and ask for too much, right? Like I already got the greatest golf experience of my life, right? Like I already got that once. So like, why, who says I get to do it twice?
Did you take anybody with you? Like, did anybody else go with you? Or you just
No,
went up
dude, I
solo?
don't have a girlfriend. How many times do you want me to?
No,
I'll say it
like
another time if you need me
homies
to.
or
No,
a
I'm just
fucking
kidding.
posse or something.
No. I went solo.
Okay. Yeah. The reason why I ask is like you did get positive feedback for the way that you were kind of interacting, and dude, you looked completely natural, and I kept thinking, like, like if you had like Faraday's like on course, walking the course, like like between the ropes job, that would be, I could see. Like golf could need a little SoCal love. Like that would be good.
I'd love to do that. I'd love to do like what Bones does or Colton Oast does. Just walk around and just follow a group and be like, all right, dude, this guy's got 187 from the left rough to a back right pin. This shit's gnarly, dude. You better cut it. Oh my God, he drew it. I would love that, dude. That'd be so fun.
Bones is back on JT's bag.
Yeah, he is, dude. He is. They're about to go win majors, dude. They're about to get to 5. They're trying to get to 5. That's the goal that I'm giving them.
when I get to that +2, dude, you can come carry my bag. Max carried my bag once.
I know he
Yeah.
did. Hey, listen, dude. When you get to a +2, you can come out here and play me straight up, or I'll go out there and play you straight up, and we'll see who carries the bag. Winner gets his bag carried.
What's the Indian casino course that's out there in
Dude, Verona, it's closed. R.I.P.
Verona? What happened to Verona?
They had a new general manager take over who didn't prioritize the golf course, and they closed it, man. Sad. It's probably the best course in San Diego, and it closed. Very, very sad. This year, just happened.
So I haven't I don't know what it is, but the designers that they get in the casino courses in California, like, did you ever play Yocha Dihi up here?
Yeah, I did my U.S. Open local there. Missed it by 1. Super fun. Thanks for.
Did they put
bringing
you
that
all
up.
the way back? They must have put you all the way back.
Yeah, put us all the way back. We started on the back 9. Started on the back 9, birdied 10, 11, 12, 13 to come out the gates. And then
you got to that 280-yard par 3 and just fucking blew it in the vineyard.
I made bogey. Yeah, I made bogey on the 280-yard par 3, and then I just leaked. I leaked a bunch of bogeys. I made 4 bogeys coming home. Bogeyed the Redan 7 or whatever that is.
Yeah.
Just had a couple bogeys, shot even, missed it by 1. Lit.
So I think that course is like all-time underrated in California. Like, it's a beautiful place. If you've only played it for that, you might not have noticed like what was around you in terms of, aesthetics.
Yeah.
But
I thought it was pretty. I remember it.
Yeah, and it's gorgeous out of Verona. That's tragic. You just ruined my night, dude.
Tragic, dude. It's truly tragic. I don't know if you noticed how much you deflated all my energy when you asked me about Verona, but I was like, yeah, man. The word on the street is that they're maintaining all the greens in hopes that that they get a new general manager that brings the golf course back. But right now, it's not getting played.
Oh,
yeah, I
dude,
know.
That is the worst.
It's such a bummer, dude.
Worst.
Such a
We're
bummer.
having issues. We're having issues up here. They're going to turn Mariners Point, the practice center in the Bay Area. They're turning that into condos, I think. So,
no, really?
Yeah.
Dang, I used to love that place.
That
9-hole par 3 course is legit, and it's a fun place to practice.
They had a couple weeks ago. They had Will Zalatoris like out doing a Golf Channel like special, save whatever Mariners Point, whatever. A lot
he's not a Bay Area kid though, is he? He's like,
he is. I think he grew up in San Mateo.
No, I didn't know that. That's sick. Let's go,
Yeah.
Will. Yeah, Will, get some clout, dude. Let's save Mariners Point, man. That place is elite. It's a really good practice facility, man. It's a really good practice facility, and they have 9-hole par 3 course.
Goat Hill made it out alive. They're not going anywhere, right?
Yeah, well, I
They'll be
mean,
all
they
right?
were bought by John Ashworth, so they're going to be just
Oh,
fine.
Oh, geez. I had no idea.
Yeah,
All
whatever,
right.
like 5 years ago. That's where Goat Hill came from. John Ashworth bought it from the city of Oceanside, whatever, 8 years ago, whenever he built Goat Hill. And now they're locked and loaded, dude. They're not going anywhere.
Nice. Yeah. So I think we'll call it. We've had you on for a little while. Dude, I'm stoked to see what happens in the last one. I think you're on pace to shoot 80 if you par out at the end.
I'm on pace to shoot 80 if I par out. Exactly. Through 14.
Yeah, so you got 5 holes. You
Or
just need
no.
one-
I'm at 9. I'm at 9 through 14 because I doubled 14.
How did you double for? What happened there?
Lost a tee-ball. I hit my tee-ball left in the
that's
fescue and
right.
lost it.
Fuck.
Yeah, so I
You-
doubled and then hit 3 really good shots to have an 8-footer for bogey. That was technically birdie,
Yeah.
but and then I missed it on the low side. I tried to get aggressive with it and hit it harder, and I missed it.
So you need two birdies to get back.
2 birdies.
under.
I have a drivable par 4 and a par 5.
Okay. All right.
So yeah,
Setting it up.
I like my chances.
Setting it up. All right, dude. It's been good catching up with you. I'm excited to you guys bombing all over the comments and telling everybody that would listen that I'm gonna have everybody's favorite Breaking Erin Hills contestant on the pod. So I'm excited to see what the feedback's gonna be. But dude, like I said, when I think I texted you like 4 o'clock in the morning or whatever when I saw that the first episode had come out. I was stoked. So I'm definitely rooting for you.
Appreciate that, man. Thank you for watching. I thank you for having me on, man. It was great to be here. Can I say one thing about your music choice for the intro and outro, dude? It reminds me like I'm in like a college party in like a garage, dude, and I really like it. It makes me feel good. It makes me feel right at home. Like I have like a warm Bud Light in my hand and I'm in a sweaty garage. And I'm trying to find one girl that will just think about kissing me. Just please make eye contact with me. Please make eye contact with me. Okay, perfect.
Dude, I had help picking this music, and the idea behind it was so often I start these at like 9 o'clock at night, dude. I just work like 10 hours of my day job. I fucking hate life. I just want to kill people. I didn't get to play golf today. So what I wanted was like this really I wanted to be hype, right? Like I wanted to be coming out of the corner, like ready to go, just feel great about life no matter what. So this is kind of the route we took. So
It's funny. It does invoke those feelings, dude, because that's pretty much exactly how I felt at college garage parties. So I get it. I get it 100%. It makes perfect sense.
Dude, well, thanks again for the time, man. I appreciate it. I'm looking for big things out of this next episode. Let's keep you going back for this. I hope you get the invite, and dude, thanks so much for being vulnerable, coming on, talking to folks. I appreciate it a lot.
Appreciate you, Walker. Thank you for having me on. Follow my socials, guys.
Oh yeah. Shout out your socials. What?
It's Cris Derr on Instagram.
All right.
Yeah, come follow me. It's all golf content. So if you want more golf content, I'm your guy.
Dude, I'll send you like a trailer, a preview trailer to pop up on this when I launch it. I'm gonna try to get it up tomorrow.
Please do. Yeah, I'll blast it on all mine.
Cool. All right, taking you out, dude.